Stav, Abby and Matt.
You're only a what if away from great holidays. What if? It's Aussie for travel.
Stav, Abby and Matt.
Brisbane wakes up with Stav, Abby and Matt on B105.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the podcast.
Friday.
We're out of here. Enjoy the podcast.
Bye.
Hey, it's producer Ash here, and we're taking a look back at the week that was with Stav, Abby and Matt.
I can stay off grid as long as possible.
Are you off grid now?
No, but I can stay.
You're on the radio. You could not be more plugged in.
I know, it's so annoying.
Oh my God, are you a sovereign citizen now?
This week, ChatGPT has been popping up everywhere, with some using it for good and others for evil.
Could happen to anyone in any job.
Our replacements are just out there. They're just waiting.
Yeah, right.
AI, you mean?
Artificial intelligence. AI. Robots.
They're here to replace us.
They're doing that in radio?
Some stations.
That is an outrage. That is unbelievable,
It's
Matt.
just your voice that AI is. You don't need to do a robot.
Oh, I would request that I sounded like a robot if I was.
Did you?
Yeah.
We'll know when it's funny. We'll go, wait a minute.
That's not him.
That's not Stav.
Ow.
He didn't repeat the same joke.
This AI's using all new material.
That's fake.
Speaking of AI, maybe Stav should have called on it to help him out with this gig.
It's like when Stav went for an audition and he had to do an American accent, and the only one he did was
Richard Reed.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, were they supposed to be?
No.
They could also have, I dang damn do love her.
And the other
She reminds me of my cousin. They asked him to do a different option, and he did the same one.
Hi, I'm Richard Reed. I don't know about that. And apart from the accent, it was me. It was a radio DJ.
Right.
What was it for? Some biopics?
Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not bitter.
That was going to be your big break. But you shouldn't give up on your dreams. You should keep chasing that Oscar.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
Abby told us about something her naughty nan got up to back in the day.
We're talking naughty grannies.
One of my grandmas, she was smuggling drugs.
That was what she was doing, literally.
It was for her husband who was going through cancer, and it was pain medication.
What did she do?
She put it in the linings of her jacket, and she was an amazing sewer.
An amazing sewer. I thought you said seller.
She could sell ice to Eskimos.
She actually got the drugs off the cartel. They paid double for it back. That woman was amazing.
She really was, Connie. Oh,
Right, so she was already a con. She was born a con.
yeah.
Then we took your calls on romantic gestures gone wrong, and Sunny's story had us in stitches.
Oh, my girlfriend got a unit, so she wanted a bit of role play. So she had a fantasy about a workman. So I put on overalls and head to toe and overalls, and I've got work boots on, and I put me Johnson out the bottom of it, and I've knocked on the door. And this Asian couple's behind me, and they're going, "Are you okay?" I've gone, "Oh no!" So I've had to put me Johnson back in my pocket, back in. I've turned around, and I've said, "Oh, I'm just looking for number 8," and then I had to call them, my missus, on the phone while they're there because they thought something was weird was going on. And she goes, "No, I'm 2 houses down the road." So I've gone in there all prepared, me Johnson on, I've got a G-string on. And it's 2 houses down the road.
Safe to say we're all feeling ready to party, and the mums are gonna get wild.
Yeah, Mum's gone wild. It's just an opportunity for us just to let loose. Mum's gone wild.
Mum's gone wild.
But of course, we need a theme.
I think never ending 80s. Wags. Pink pony club. I think it is a disco cowgirl.
Yes, it is! Woo. So it's like sequins.
Right.
Real dressy, but then you can wear cowboy boots.
Yeah, spotlight's going to be flat out.
Oh, God,
You can
yeah.
do tassels.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
Sparkles. Pink cowgirl hat. Perfect.
Disco Cowgirl. That is the theme. June 28. If you want to be there, register b105.com.au.
Until next time, that's a wrap with Stav, Abby and Matt.
Stav, Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105.
There are so many people that deserve a night out. Mum's just doing everything. That's why you can come along, b105.com.au. Click on the win page. But one girl that we invited yesterday and desperately needed a night out because she was due to go out. And then unfortunately her husband had a little bit of an emergency. Didn't even realise that he was allergic to something and went into anaphylactic shock. She shared it on her TikTok. Have a listen.
My husband almost died yesterday. He has never had an allergic reaction to anything before. This is just like a freak thing. The time frame from him telling me that he was itchy, telling emergency services, I think he's having anaphylaxis and you need to send someone here, to when the paramedics arrived was 12 minutes.
Wow.
Isn't that freaky? From someone that you didn't know that they had I guess, reaction to someone. You know, if someone's got a peanut allergy, I guess you'd be
prepared. You'd have a pen at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or carry it around with you at all times.
Yeah.
Even though Jace, our producer, is type 1 diabetic and sometimes leaves his insulin at home.
Yeah, but I'm fine.
Did you not notice he had to duck out the other day to a pharmacy that opened quite early?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I forgot my insulin at home, and then I figured it was easier to wait for a pharmacy to open and just get a new script.
Yeah.
I did love
and
it
a new
when
pen.
Ash was like, you can go home. And he goes, no, I won't make it. She goes, you'll make it back before the show. And he's like, no, literally, like, I won't make it.
See, EpiPens, though, you only ever have them if you know about the
That's
thing.
what I meant, but they didn't. They had no idea.
Yeah.
That's so lucky as well.
That's why I
just to be
remember
able
a lot of first parents would give their kids peanut butter in the waiting room of a doctor's surgery.
Yeah. Or the car park at the emergency
You were in
service.
Melbourne when there was that real dust storm. And all these people that never had asthma before.
Yeah. A
they're
huge
so
dust storm
lucky to-
came through.
Yeah.
And people sadly lost their lives laying on their
Just-
front lawns because the ambulance services were so overrun.
Did they ever work out what it was? Just an up.
Just
pollen?
just a bad mix of
Combination
dust
of drought
storm
and wind. And,
yeah. But in that case, I guess you would need an inhaler, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Not an EpiPen.
A friend of mine was on board a flight and she said that she was like way down the back and they're way up the front. You know, got the double, like a huge jet, and they were on there and someone had like an emergency heart condition and there was a cardiac surgeon on board. And I was like, what's the chances of that? And they helped him. And I was like, but anyone would be able to do two compressions.
Yeah, what, they did surgery on the plane?
No, they didn't, but I guess they knew everything about it and they were okay.
I think they say statistically there's like a 1 in 4 chance of there being a doctor on a plane.
Really?
Yeah, something like that.
I always think about that in a theatre. There's got to be someone as well.
Got to be
There you
someone,
go.
especially in the theatre. Well, the doctor's going to the theatre. Maybe not at the drag racing. I don't know. Is there a doctor around? Nah.
There has to be.
13, 10, 60. Near-death experiences. I mean, for this guy to have never had an allergic reaction in his life and then not be breathing, it would just be freaky as.
See, I'm kind of annoyed I don't remember mine.
What was yours?
What was yours?
I was a baby when I was born. I was 6 weeks premature, and I was blind and deaf, and I had meningitis, and I was on a life support system.
And
They said there's a 50% chance I'd become a vegetable, so
No,
turned the life support machine off. And here I am,
yeah, he hasn't. It's
just out of spite.
Yeah. Yeah, I really need to have a bit of healing time with your mum about that. Because you always just say that she turned off your life
Literally
support.
unplugged the machine.
Well, I think there was a bit more complex than that, she was saying.
Was she?
No, she thought she was doing the right thing by you. I'm sure she didn't want to have to make that decision.
Yeah. Oh, right, now I see what's happening.
No, what I'm saying is take that origin story as
Yes.
in like she loved you so much that
She was
had to
saying
make
that it was
awful
a very
decision.
traumatic time.
I mean, she was standing there with a plug in her hand before the doctor finished talking. But
And look at you now.
Look at me now.
Strong man.
couldn't kill you with a chainsaw.
Don't try, though, to see me out on the street.
13, 10, 60, near-death experiences. We'll chat to you next.
Stab Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105.
We're asking right now on 13, 10, 60, near-death experiences, how lucky you were, because Dana, who is coming along to Mum's Gone Wild, and we're going to check that everything's all right with her husband before she goes away. She was supposed to go for a night out, and he had an emergency, had never had a reaction to anything before, went into anaphylactic shock. 12 minutes from getting a rash to then having to get in the ambulance.
Wow.
That's quick, isn't it?
It is. Well, anaphylactic doesn't mess around. That's why they got to carry the EpiPens with them. Tony in Sunnybank Hills, what's your near-death experience?
You're a good friend. I actually was at a netball carnival, 11 years of age, over at Carina. And I went to the little Brisbane City Council toilet block at the back there because I was busting away and, too many kids everywhere.
Yeah.
And it had raining the day before, so there was puddles of water everywhere, but an electrician from Brisbane City Council had hooked up all the plumbing. So I was actually getting electrocuted on the plumbing.
Oh.
So standing in water and electrocution, 240 volts running through me.
Whoa.
Luckily, someone from somewhere else, I don't know, like one of the tents, was seeing me. I was stuck to this actual toilet block, getting electrocuted. They hit me. I flung back 3 meters back into the thing. I had burns on my wrists and ankles.
Wow.
So, yeah, the old ambulance had to come and all that sort of stuff. But, yeah, it was a bit of a big deal back in the day of SEQEB.
Yeah.
Nothing happens or anything. But 11 years of age, and
Wow.
they said my actual netball shoes saved me.
Yeah, they grounded you.
The rubber thing.
Grounded me to the ground. Yeah.
Lucky was someone that was there to like push you away.
Luckily, they just saw me. They said they could see that I was sort of stuck.
Stuck,
and
yeah.
So I had an actual full circuit running through me from the from the toilet block because. Of course, some poor electrician lost his job.
Wow, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
From what my parents had sort of was told, but that was about it, mate.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Did they have to like hit you off with a stick? Because if they
Don't you
touch
just kick
you,
them?
The man who did it actually hit me with doing it. Like he just used the back of his hand and just
Yeah.
whacked my hand off, and I flew back into some fencing that was there.
well, I suppose if you do it quick enough, it
Apparently
doesn't.
you can't. Like,
It doesn't get a chance to get through you if you like do it fast, maybe.
Well, I heard that that's why
use the
people...
back of your hand and it'll shoot backwards.
Or you
Right.
kick them with the shoe.
Shoe, yeah.
The only time that it's appropriate.
Did you win the match, though? That doesn't matter. James in Mitchelton, what's your near-death experience?
So when I was 9, I was knocked off my bike and I was hit by a car. And I was in a coma for 3 weeks. And I think towards the end of the 3 weeks, they were seriously talking about switching it off.
Yeah.
And my mum somehow put my hands on the piano and I started to, the brain function started to kick in.
Yeah, right. You obviously you played before that?
Yeah.
No, she just thought, you know what, this is the moment.
Wow.
Did you actually play a
Put
song?
a guitar in my hand, yeah.
Did you play a song?
So, hey?
Did you actually play a song or you just started hitting the key?
No. I think it was just the feeling of the
Yeah.
keys. Yeah. So lucky she did that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
incredible. So you were still pretty much in a coma and then just pressing the buttons.
Yeah.
And that brought you back around. There you
Must
go.
have really loved the piano.
How did she heave it into the hospital?
Well, a little keyboard, I guess.
Yeah, that probably makes more sense.
What you think, like a
Grand.
grand piano?
Sat him up like Weekend at Bernie's.
Trust me, this will help.
Hey, Jane.
Hi guys.
Near-death
Hi, Abby.
experiences.
Hey, what happened?
Hey, so I was in 2018. I was 40. One morning, I was just making my kids' beds, doing normal mum's duties, and then all of a sudden, I couldn't breathe. I felt like someone had hands around my throat. Basically, I thought I was having an asthma attack. I told my partner with hand signals like call 000, and he rang up the ambulance and told them I was having an asthma attack. But they came, and I sat down. I was like, really could not breathe. The ambulance lady walked in, and she goes, "Oh, love, you're just having an anxiety attack." And she put me up to the monitors and put my hand in a little thing. My heart rate was 286 beats per minute.
Whoa.
I was in SVT, which is short for supraventricular tachycardia. It's when you've got a faulty circuit. And anyway, so I was rushed. They put me in the ambulance and they're like lights and sirens. They were trying to flick my legs over my head and I had to try and blow into the syringe. When I got to the hospital, they took me in the resus and they told me that if we don't get your ribbon down, you're going to die. So we might have to shock you. And they put all the pads on me. And then they had to give me this medicine called adenosine. It basically stops your heart into 0 beats a minute and it reboots it.
And then,
it's basically like a pending doom, and I saw my grandmother when I saw my grandmother waving at me.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've never changed bed sheets again, have you?
I since then I've had cardiac ablation and I've got my life back now. But it used to be quite funny. I couldn't go to Kmart, everywhere I went, I'd end up in the ambulance with a high heart rate during COVID. So my mum was like, "Oh, we'll take you somewhere because we went to get the COVID shots." And and I guess we'll take you because we get straight through.
Yeah.
The traffic's bad.
So now it's going okay?
Oh, yeah, everything's great now.
That's inconvenient for your mum.
It gave me my life.
Got to have a sense of humour, she says. Wow.
Yeah, thanks for your call.
Stab Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105.
I didn't realise that I was offensive to my wife the other day. I called her a hot mess. Would that upset you?
Oh, no, well, you need more information. I mean,
Yeah.
a hot mess is basically saying you are so unorganized, chaotic, you haven't got your crap together. But
I
were you
said she
doing
was hot.
No, it's
That's nothing after
it's
that.
the mess
No, but it
is hot.
depends if you're like, baby, you are just a hot mess. That might be a bit more of a compliment because you're like, you know what? Like, you're chaotically fun. But if you're like, oh, yeah, no, you're a hot mess, and she has to state it first. Does that make sense?
Okay, so if she says she's a hot mess, it's okay for me to go, yeah, you are a hot mess. But if I go,
well,
you're
you
a hot
wouldn't
mess,
actually say it. You'd go, oh, yes, you're hot. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, because I didn't realise that she took offence to it because I called her a hot mess.
But I need more information. Like,
And-
where were you? What were you doing?
And she didn't say anything at the time.
Okay.
Right.
But then
Because she was too busy dealing with the chaos.
about 4.5 hours later, she
When-
goes, well, I am a hot mess.
Oh, you in trouble.
So am I trying to presume that you were like, you were kind of doing it as a compliment? She was too busy to deal with it. And then after, you're like, hey, baby, let's whatever. And she's like, I'm a hot mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was going out to Officeworks.
Yeah.
She said, hey, while you're out, can you please grab me some more AirPods?
Yes.
Because she uses them for work. She does all of her meeting stuff on them. And I had said to her, didn't you also have a black pair from some other brand? She said, no, they're gone too. And it was because earlier that day, she had sent me a photo of her one AirPod that she had because she lost the other one. So
Yeah.
she has one in one ear. She goes, the dog got it. She left it sitting on the bedside table.
okay.
The dog got it while she was in the shower and chewed on it.
No.
I'm like, that's annoying. That's the dog's fault, right? That's not her fault. And then I said to her, but don't you have the black pair? She goes, no, because I listen to my audiobook when I'm sleeping and then I fall asleep.
And they fall out.
And then I can't find it. She goes, so...
So you called her a hot mess because she's lost stuff. Yeah, well, I think you know the answer
I
to
go,
that.
God, you're a hot mess, aren't you?
Yeah, but that's so what you're saying is you just can't keep your crap together. Meanwhile, she's
No.
keeping a business together, the family together, the kids together. But just because she's lost a little.
Well, now I understand what she heard when I said hot mess.
Yeah, the only mistake you've made is you thought that the hot referred to her. not
Yeah. Like, if I go, you are a sexy...
Catastrophe.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
So you can't.
No, one
Or was
doesn't
it
equal out the other.
Was it because I didn't go compliment, insult, compliment?
Oh, like
What-
the sandwich.
Like if I go, you are a hot mess, you intelligent thing.
You could have just said,
How have you made it
damn,
this
you're
far?
hot, and then just left and got the actual
I said
request.
it cutely though.
Oh, no, you just.
But the storage there, that's how you know that you're in real trouble. The storage of it.
Right.
And the
Yeah,
re-bringing
because
it
then he
back
wants
up.
something, and she's like, "No, I can't because I'm just a hot mess. So I could not organise myself to fit that in right now. Because no,
And the reason I said hot mess was because when she said, oh yeah, you know the AirPod got chewed up, and then she said, can you get me another pair? And I went, but you've got the black pair. She said, no, I've lost them too. I didn't say a single word.
you said she's a hot mess. Though.
No, but I didn't say that. And then I didn't say a word.
Well, you always do. You know you do because
The face.
That's what she said to me.
yeah, you got that. You got such a face that you're like,
I didn't say a word. She goes, your face is screaming at me.
it's so easy to read your mind. It is so easy.
Maybe I need Botox.
No,
Yes.
it's your eyes. So maybe if you know, it's great. You've got very expressive eyes.
But it gives you want to play poker on the weekend?
No, but you could just see his disappointment, or he's like, "Oh my god, how much money have you spent on these damn earpods?" Is what he would be saying with his eyes.
What does my face say?
Oh no, you just got one expression.
What is it though?
But I don't know that that's fair
A
either.
hot mess. You're welcome.
Yeah, you'd like being called a hot mess, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you are what you are.
You are what you eat. That's not fair. I can't be in trouble for my face. We also had that same conversation. I
Did
go,
you?
just because you're reading my face, I haven't said the words.
Your thoughts are just very obvious.
No. So now they're mind readers too, Matthew.
Just
What am I thinking right now?
no, I just met with him.
Just your face. Maybe that's how psychics do it.
So hot mess is an insult?
Depends on the situation and the tone. But if
Well,
it's
it's not a
coming out of
compliment.
if it's coming out of your mouth, yeah.
Stab Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105.
Stab Abby and Matt.
Girls have gone wild.
You've gone wild.
Girls gone wild.
They've gone wild.
We're mums who never get out or do anything.
Give me one margarita, two margaritas, give me three margaritas, margarita.
Mum's gone wild.
Ooh, we just need a night out. It's the end of school term. We just need to spend time with other mums, reset so we can get on the straight and narrow for term 3.
Blow off that steam.
Exactly. It's just tension, isn't it? And this is really exciting because we can say where we're going to go. Now, this is where we ended up at the last Mum's Gone Wild. So we're like, why don't we start how we intend to finish? And it might be necessary to have fishbowl cocktails.
That is one of the primo things of this place, isn't it?
Yes. So we're going to go to retros.
Ooh, how retro.
Retro. I love retros.
It is. They play all the bangers. So they've got your 80s, the 90s, the noughties, all the stuff that we're chasing right there in Fortitude Valley. And you're going to have the time of your life with fishbowl cocktails under discoballsretros.com.au.
And if you want to come along, just go to b105.com.au, register for you and a friend just on the win page. One person that's done this but wants to remain anonymous.
Which will become clear in a minute.
Okay, whatever. Good morning, Anonymous.
Good morning.
You want to come along?
I'd love to come along. I'm so in need of a night out. It's been years.
Years, okay. And you're going to bring who?
I'll bring my bestie, my work bestie.
Okay.
Now, you wanted to be anonymous, but at the moment you're sounding very...
Well, is that because we
very
want to
chill.
ask what happened last time out?
What happened on your last night
Can we
out?
ask that, Okay.
Yeah, so we were on a pub crawl of sorts with my husband and some of his work colleagues, and I don't remember much after the first stop. Yeah, there were lots of little cocktail pegs being placed on intimate places, and then what happened then? I think I tried to climb a suspended fireplace.
Okay.
A jumper got put on me backwards so that the girls didn't come out.
Okay.
And then...
Were you wearing a very low-cut top?
Somewhat. And then, the next club we were standing next to a sign that said, grab the other one. And my husband's work colleague was standing next to it, and that's what I did.
Right.
You grabbed his...
So there's a bit of groping.
So you're coming along?
Yeah.
You are in.
Staff's coming.
Front of the line.
It's all good. We're not inviting HR.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Good to know.
What were the repercussions of that night?
It took a little while to get over that one.
Did you wake up the next morning and just go,
Oh, dear.
Yeah, it took a long time to come out of the bedroom that day.
How did your husband feel about you grabbing the undercarriage of another man?
Oh, yeah, it was really bad. Really
It was bad. That's a handstand on the
What
man.
happens on the mum's night stays on the mum's night.
That's why my girlfriend's going to come. I'll keep my clothes on and my hands to myself.
Oh, yeah, she's babysitting.
You're out.
No worries. All right. No, it's going to be amazing. We can't wait to meet you.
Awesome. Thanks so much,
We
guys.
won't know who you are, though, of course. But,
No.
yeah.
Probably for the best.
All right, register b105.com.au if you want to come along. It is going to be held at one of Brisbane's best venues, Retros. They're home of the 80s, 90s and noughties right there in Fortitude Valley. You'll have the time of your life with fishbowl cocktails under the disco balls, retros.com.au.
Stab Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105.
You ready?
Abby's A-List.
Well, a day after Sabrina Carpenter released the cover of her album and people were, just a little bit shocked. Now she's posed for Rolling Stone completely nude on the front cover. It's very artistic as well. She's got new music out.
How is it artistic?
Well, you can't see anything. It's not like full front noodle.
Okay,
full front noodle. That'd be a shock.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's for sale in
Yeah,
public,
I
I
get
guess,
what you're
yes. But she has talked about the fact that a lot of people are like, oh, you only sing about one thing. Oh, my God, you've gone too far. She said it's always funny to me when people complain about that. They're like, all she does is sing about this. But she said those are the songs that you've made popular. So clearly you're the one that love it. You're obsessed with it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
She's right.
Okay. Have you seen the cover of her album?
Oh, because he's the one that keeps saying that she's gone too far. And that's
She has
what
gone
she's
too far.
only
Needs to
doing.
take it back.
Well, did you hear what she said about it? You're the one obsessed with it.
Yeah. I mean, it's like when we get outraged about what's in the news, but we all talk about it, you know?
Yeah. She said, I don't want to be pessimistic, but I truly feel like I've never lived in a time where women have been more picked apart, scrutinised in every capacity. And I'm not just talking about me, I'm talking about every female artist that is making art right now. She does have a good point.
Well, Madonna did it.
Yeah.
Gaga did it for a bit.
Yeah.
It's what
But
they
as she's
sort of-
saying, you know, people say that, but then they're the ones listening to the music. So, touche, I guess. Hey, Friday's live. Don't forget, tickets are selling really fast. 96% of ticket sales have been bought. So if you've been meaning to get around to it, go. Do it today. That's your opportunity too. But Mariah Carey is there. And Mariah Carey and Eminem, do you remember they had they were
tiff.
tiff. They were arguing for some time. He actually even put, I think, a phone message from her on his album once.
Wow.
So it sort of went back and forward, but it's 20 years ago and no one's actually known exactly why they were fighting until now, because there is a record producer called Demiza, and he was talking about it on a podcast because he used to manage, I think, Mariah Carey's album, and he was saying that, yes, they did date, because Mariah Carey's always denied it.
Right.
Okay.
But Eminem himself, he said that he did.
Yes, me and Mariah did have a relationship for about a good 6-7 months. But the fact that she denied that we ever had something, that's bad. She's a diva. I don't mean to put the down.
So it ends up that the first time Eminem wanted to meet Mariah.
Yeah.
So he was like, yep, no worries. I'll put them together in a phone call. And he goes, it didn't go well because Eminem was doing 8 Mile, right, at the time, and was like, yeah, connect me with Mariah. But no one knew why, and it's because he wanted her to be involved. And this is what he asked her.
When they called to introduce Mariah to Eminem, they said, well, he's got this movie called 8 Mile, and he wants her to be in the movie. And the first thing out of his mouth is, I want you to play my mother.
She did not like that at all.
4 years is the difference between them. 4 years. And
Hang on, but was it his mother when he was a child?
Does it matter? Because there was only one mother in it, remember?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
He was a teenager at the time, and she's gone, what? Now, here's the interesting part of it. She's headless. She's so annoyed. But then apparently they were going on a flight, and she's like, you know what? We're going to stop at Detroit. We're going to stop at Detroit.
Oh.
And we're going to
him.
visit Eminem.
Yeah.
So apparently visited Eminem, went straight into the bedroom, and they didn't come out.
What?
And then that's when
I'll
they
show
dated
you.
for 6 or 7
So
And then,
you have to neg Mariah.
well, I don't,
to get her-
well, I don't
Good to
think she
know.
was happy with it.
Yeah.
But it was just so interesting. And then after she's gone, no, we never dated. Thank you very much.
Right.
That's one of the greatest. That's the top story I've ever heard on the A-list ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Because it was Kim Basinger, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was indeed, yes.
She did a good job.
But only 4 years. 4 years is a difference. You can't ask someone to play your mother when that's 4 years difference.
That's how good of an actress he thought she was.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you know, I think he knew what he was doing.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, how do I get this girl's attention? I know.
I wonder if that's ever worked. Like, if it worked for him on Mariah, how many times he tried that on other women going, you remind me of my mum. No?
I
No?
think only Mariah, because she would never have anyone put her down.
That is the latest in the A-list.
Steph, Abby, and Matt.
Alpha Bucks, we're going to play Monday, 6, 7, and 8 for 50 grand. These are the answers to make it easier.
6 a.m., your letter is N, and some of your answers are Nike, or Nike, Nose Ring, and the greatest living band in the history of the world, Nickelback! 7 a.m., it's you. Some of your answers are University, Unicorn, and the greatest musical instrument in the history of the world, the ukulele! And 8 a.m., it's G, and some of your answers are Jeans, Jindalee, and January. Jay. I always do that.
Yeah, what?
I always do that.
Jeans was fine. I was like, jeans as in like the jeans you pass down to your children.
Yeah.
But Jay.
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 Do you know why they're called jeans?
Nope.
Because it's French for Jean, and they were pants that men wear.
Oh, there you go.
Jeans.
Stab Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105.